What's going on, guys? It's your boy Anime here, and I'm back with another anime review, surprisingly. If you've been keeping up with my channel recently, you've seen I've done a lot of Overwatch videos, about 17 or 18, including the play of the game montages, along with the highlights. Just a quick update before the video starts. The Overwatch videos will stay. I'm going to try to do a regularly scheduled anime review once a month. Hopefully I'll be able to keep that schedule along with my Overwatch videos. I've been able to keep that schedule basically consistent to a week. So once a month you will get 3 videos a week, and every other week you will receive 2. Mostly Overwatch content. I might shake it up every now and then, but I've just been playing a lot of Overwatch recently. I have the means to make that more consistently. Now, just moving on from that, let's get to the review. This will be a special review for my comeback. I will be doing a 2-part review like I used to do back in the other days. I used to review 2 animes. So I will be reviewing 2 animes that were supposed to make me cry, and I'll let you know about that as the review goes. So let's get started. As from the background of this video, you can see the first anime we're going to be talking about is Anohana, the flower we saw that day. Now, the story, let's do a quick summary of the story up until about episode 8-ish. Story is about Jintan, and he's seeing the ghost of his dead friend Memma. For whatever reason, he's trying to get her to move on. He first thinks that she's just a summer hallucination. So, he tries to help her move on. He reaches out to his various friends. Others have moved on in different ways than each other. Doing interesting and unique shenanigans as the story progresses. Although he's the only one who can see and hear her, so some of the others are a bit more skeptical on whether she's really there or if he's just cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs. That's roughly the plot. We have Jintan, Popo, and then the other 3, and Menma. The other 3, well, at least the orange-haired girl was pretty memorable, but I couldn't really remember any of their names. None of their names really, stuck into my memory. But the show was really good. Because I technically kind of spoiled myself for the show. I kind of spoiled myself for the show. I saw the very last scene. I saw the very last part of the scene. Spoiler alert for the next 10-ish seconds. But I saw the very last part where she says, "You found me." Spoiler alert over. But I had seen that part. I had seen that part out of the context of the show. Very similar to the second anime we're going to be discussing, and then I will loop back into this. But even though being spoiled for that, this show had one of the many achievements that it actually makes me tear up. I wouldn't say I won't bawl my eyes out but it does make me tear up. It's a very, bittersweet sort of ending to the show, which I really like. And the show overall, the story and how the narrative is constructed, it's really good. It's easily a masterpiece. Easily. If you look on my anime list, which will be linked in the description below, you can see all of the lists you can see all of the video, or all the animes I've watched, and potential anime reviews. You can even see, you'll even be able to see, previously reviewed ones, which the remasters will be coming up soon. I will start remastering my older videos, updating them, yada, yada, yada. But this is a really good show. About 11, 13, I don't remember if it was 11 or 13 episodes. Either way, really short anime, really easy one just to knock out, and honestly, it's really worth it. My review on my grading scale from A+ to F, A+, easily. Easily in the top tier of all anime ever made. Its story is such a driving one. If you watch it and you don't cry, you must have a heart of stone, because it's really good. And the second anime as to this 2-part review as my comeback is Angel Beats. Another series I just finished. Like, I just watched it. The series is still fresh in my mind. That's why it's part of this review. So also anime to come at the end. I will tell you about like what will possibly be coming up the line. So, Angel Beats. Quick synopsis of the show, just to get it out the way before I talk about it with my gripes and my complaints, and good and bad. I can talk about Anohana and it at the same time. So, Angel Beats. It's about this guy. Never learned his name. And he's part of the not yet dead Battlefront. It was something like that. The name always changed. Remember, Yuri always said that. The name always changed. And it's about them and sort of their life in this purgatory state. Which is very, it was a very interesting concept. And, they're fighting against Angel. She was a person too, but for the longest time, it was assumed that she was an angel. I feel like that should have been a given, that, you know, she was a freaking, she was a person, because almost everybody that has sentience in this afterlife is a person. But they think she's an angel, and hijinks ensue. About 12-ish episode of basically hijinks, and, much like Anohana, I was really spoiled for what happened at the end of the show. And now here we'll be coming into my complaints. So, going back to Anohana, we'll go to the pros and the cons. So we'll go to Anohana first, where, like I said, it was a grade A masterpiece, A+ out of my rating scale. There were a few things that sort of dragged it down, but not enough to drag it down to an A or an A-. It felt as though, you know, some of the characters were really forgettable. Menma's brother, I don't remember his name. And some of them were just downright unlikable. Her mom, Menma's mom, was almost unlikable for most of the stuff that she did. And I get a grieving parent, but those kids were also grieving too. And for her to have the gall to be like, you guys live and Menma died and they should feel bad about that, really left a bad taste in my mouth. Because it was kind of her saying that they didn't have the luxury to grieve and feel bad for Menma's death because they got to live. And that doesn't really seem fair. So her mom was a really big stickler at my point. Although her dad was really good, her brother was really good. Jintan's dad was amazing. You don't really see a lot of the parents. Orange-haired chick's mom was pretty cool too. It's a little, yeah, again, excuse the noise. So we see, what am I on about? I'm still on the pros. This is the downside of doing this all in one take. It's actually I'm on cons. I should have been doing pros, but I'm doing cons. I'm just kind of giving a little taste about what I thought of each of them. But yeah, so some of the characters did kind of fall flat. Some of them, but it was never enough to drag it down. It was never truly enough to like drag the show down, and that's what still makes it A+. Angel Beat, like I said, much like Anohana, I saw the ending. I saw the ending scene from Angel Beats and Anohana. The difference was, to me, and what makes Angel Beats a disappointment, is that Anohana, with the added context of the show, still made me feel sad at the end of it. Angel Beats could not do the same thing. Angel Beats did not give that same concept. It did not do, it couldn't take the ending scene that I saw out of context, and the context of the show still didn't make me cry. It still was not, it wasn't a sad ending after that. I was like, I watched it and I was just like, I thought the show would add more context to this. It would make me feel more sad having watched the show. It didn't. Seeing it out of context and seeing it in the show left me with the same feeling. Oh, that's kind of sad. Yeah, it didn't really, it fell flat with how much people have always talked about Angel Beats. And they're like, oh yeah, you need to watch it, you need to hype it up, it's so good, it's so good. So unfortunately, Angel Beats is only going to be able to get a C+ from me. Not quite at a B- level, because it's only just your average slice of life / sort of mystery type story. There was sort of a plot, but it kind of jumped all over the place with episodes. About the episode 6 mark and the episode 11 mark was when the climax of each of the plot strings came about. So it kind of backseated it. And then when it came about, it was sort of out of left field, unfortunately. Other than that, though, you know, it was alright. It wasn't a tearjerker like everybody said. Honestly, it was a disappointment. C+ is all I can give it. Now, just about a minute here, I'm just going to go ahead and ramble off and talk about how things that are coming up soon. I've Violet Evergarden, that's going to be a review coming up. I'm currently watching March Comes In Like a Lion, so that's probably going to be up on the docket next. I also have a whole bunch backlogged. Hikaru no Go, Death Parade, Say I Love You, Owari no Seraph. That's going to be a review. I still have the Kingdom Hearts 3 review. That is still coming out. I'm going to wait until the Remind trailer, or the Remind DLC comes out. I'm going to play the Remind DLC, and then that's when the review will come out. I don't want to do a separate DLC review and game review, so I'm just going to wait until the Remind DLC comes out, and then review them all together. So I got a couple of other things on the docket too. Again, Overwatch content will be a steady, consistent thing. And as always, you know, I'm gonna go ahead and just do my call and sign out right now. Until next time, guys. See ya.